United lost.
United.
We are never beating the allegations. Anytime soon. We're never beating any allegations.
Welcome back to another episode of
Football Focus Weekly.
We have decided to call it Football Focus. Whatever you decide, we have said we're calling it Football Focus. This is Kenan's baby.
We are focusing on football. So Football Focus.
And then we'll be focusing on
European football. Yeah.
And then obviously EPL is there.
EPL, Bundesliga, La
Liga,
Liga,
depending on what
Champions
happens, because we don't watch it that much.
Yeah.
Champions League we watch a lot. Europa League we have to watch now.
Conference League also.
Conference League we also have to watch.
For Chelsea. Yeah.
So FFW.
Yeah, so we just lost.
You're starting straight in. Hey.
Yeah. We just lost. That was bad. That was sad. The world was watching. Early kickoff. The only team that played the game on Saturday early was United. The only Big Six team that lost on the weekend was Man United.
Former league leaders.
Yeah. Okay, for some hours also. So do you think, do we blame Ten Hag or do we blame the players?
I don't even know where to start. I think I should just start with the last goal. To be honest, that last goal, Mazu Nataji was so willing. Open, back post, open, like completely open.
Achana atakuwa open. Like, you know how bad that goal was? The guy had time. I chased. I take 3 touches.
Hata angepasi msa kwa nyuma yake.
Bado nana angekuwa amefika huku juu. That was crazy. Alisimama tu ka mannequin.
So let me ask you, because I didn't watch the game. I was at a wedding. And then I rushed home to do the live Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Shout out to everyone who came to the live, by the way. What happened in terms of substitutions? Who was now playing left back? Dalo was on the field.
As always.
Dalo alikuwa wapi?
Dalo, si hata sijui kwenye alikuwa.
Because the two ilikuwa, left center back ilikuwa Martinez
alafu Delete.
Na Delete.
Yeah.
Alafu Mazrui. Oyo ni back 4.
Yeah.
Mazrui alimaliza game.
Alimaliza. Yeye na Dalo na Lisandro alimaliza. Kuna
msali uliza ati where is Lisandro at this moment? So nikaanza after 6. Alikuwa one of the 3 people. Actually 4 people were around nani alipata assist hiyo ya mwisho? Adingra. Yeah. There were 4 people who were
actually
around
him and Anthony had a chance to clear that ball. If only Anthony was kind of strong. Angechukua hiyo ball, but yeye ni light skin, you know, favela finest. Tukanyang'anya ball. But from the first half, we started off really well. Like we were playing, hata siko najua ni Man U. Hadi naona clips on Twitter wanasema Ten Hag ball is back. Those short passes, like those triangles, you can see the patterns. You can, hadi tulikuwa nasema, this season, we are expecting good things.
Yeah.
Alafu the press has really improved. So the problems that we had last season, the off possession, the season kama hazionekani.
Nani alikuwa na trigger hiyo press? Ilikuwa Mount ama
Mason Mount obviously. Mason Mount ndiye alikuwa na trigger hiyo press. So yeye na Bruno huko mbele like walikuwa crazy. They were hardworking. So we forced them to go either long ama wachape nje. Like we forced them to a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Then in the 37th minute,
unakumbuka baka minutes bro. It's painful.
We were playing so well until Maguire decided. Unaona zile cross zenye zinapitanga hivi, a good defender anachapanga ball itoke nje. Maguire missed that ball twice. Like ile cross yenye inachapo hivi inswinger yenye defender anachonga nje kwe kona.
Yeah.
So Maguire hakuwa ameread like kwa shoulder yake kuna Mitoma huko juu. So he let the ball just go to Mitoma. Then Mitoma cooked Mazrui, then akachapa tu across the line hivi. So Welbeck had an easy tap-in.
Yeah.
But after that, we responded well. We played well. We scored. Ikakuwa offside. Just imagine.
Hiyo ilikuwa boya nani?
Rashford. Yeah. Then tukasema, second half, we are cooking. Then boom, Ten Hag ati Mount ametoka. So I never understood what happened.
Ten Hag alitoka kabla boya Zagzi.
Mount alitoka akurudi second half literally.
Alitoka half time.
Yeah, half time. So time yenye second half inarudi Zagzi alikuwa anaingia. But he's a good lad, I can't lie. Plus he's a smart presser. Juu anajua hana mbio kaya Mount. So yeye anakusha do press. But he's so aggressive. So Bruno yeye anakuwa baited in as much as a good
Umesikia hiyo term, shadow press.
Bruno yeye anakuwa baited,
God damn it,
anaenda
man, I'm
kupress
not
keeper.
used to this.
So if you press a keeper who's good on the ball like Raya ama anaitwa jo keeper wa nini, whatever the name is,
Keeper
wa Brighton, ako so good on the ball, he can pick passes. So Bruno akienda kumpress, then tunapata wako na one man extra mahali. So the second half we were awful, like awful.
league leaders. You were so confident before the game. You were like, this game we have to win 3-1.
I thought we were going to improve on what we saw versus Fulham. But nika imeanza kuwa kala season 2. We are never consistent. We can't even sustain pressure for longer periods. Alafu, we can't really like create from open play. Other than like pressing ama mistakes za the opponent's team. We can't really create anything. So I have a problem.
Did Brighton have chances?
In the first half, only one.
Only
That was the first shot on target.
Yeah, well,
and they scored. Only one. So the second half ndio walirudi kiasi wakatulemea until we scored. Then nikaona tumeanza kupata control of the game. But then hatukuwa tunafanya really anything on the ball. Juu wali realize make a high line, so we are trying to get those balls in behind. Tulikuwa offside ka 7 second half.
Nani alikuwa offside mob?
Yeah?
Nani alipata offside most?
Rashford.
Oh, Rashford. Last week I mentioned that thing about, and you said that you're kind of seeing it. Ulikuwa nasema tu afika 2 point and nikaa ameboeka.
Like anachoka tu, like
he
doesn't hide. Ana throw arms, ana make run umpasa na kufanyia hivyo.
He played the whole game.
No, alitoka mapema, then Garnacho came on and scored. But Zaxi, like hakuna kitu ungefanya hapo. I don't understand why fans are bashing him.
There's really nothing. Because if you think about it, the reason why he's there, ni juu vile Bruno alichapa ile cross field, he thought he would slide in with it, right? So he was literally standing up from as he's still sliding. That's how quickly it happened. But obviously, fans ni banta watasema
but pia ni venye tu ililand kwa weak foot ya Garnacho. I think ingeland kwa strong foot angechapa
strong foot ya Garnacho ni
right.
Si lefty.
Bro,
when he finish haijalishi. So alisema ni Ronaldo regen.
Alikuwa anataka kuichapa huko.
Kuna Ronaldo regen. Ronaldo regen cannot have a weak foot.
Yeah, he can't.
Akona 2 strong feet.
He has scored a lot with his left actually. But sasa shida ilikuwa ni even Zaxi knew.
But I don't think there's nothing Garnacho can do because it was on target. It was going in.
There's nothing he
could have done.
But he knew when Garnacho was celebrating, alijua too this will be chopped off.
The thing I don't understand is the people who are saying how is it offside, and I'm just like, guys, surely, like, have you seen how the United fans who are saying that law should be removed?
Why?
Even on Goldbridge's stream, they're like the law should be removed. I'm like, isn't it a clear offside?
It was so clear.
Like, what else do you want?
But kama hizo mingi zimekataliwa.
Unless what they're trying to say is that if you're behind the goalkeeper,
then you're
and it's a 1-on-1, it's your own side.
Yeah. But I think ni just fans being emotional. But naweza waambia wa relax ni early on the season. Now we still don't have the enough firepower to like chase the top 3. Now, like I'd say, Aston Villa, City, and Arsenal are doing really well. As much as
only 2 teams are doing well there.
Okay, City and Arsenal.
Aston Villa. Okay, it's early in the season. I don't think you can really say one team is doing well and another doing badly because at a form sheet inakonga 3 games, points are 2 mbili. So,
but ni unajua shida ya Man U ni when we start tukianza kuwa inconsistent, tunakuanga consistently inconsistent. Exactly. So you can know.
So unasema game is on Ten Hag.
Exactly. The selection. Like
I forgot. Bruno was removed.
Yeah.
Bruno was removed. Okay. 2 things. Isn't McTominay going to Napoli?
He's going.
Why was he coming on?
I don't know.
Like even us, Nketiah is we should have gone to Nottingham. Now he's saying that what they're saying he might be going to Crystal Palace. But you don't risk that's an asset at that point. What if he gets injured?
Exactly.
You 3 days to go in the transfer window.
Alafu Sancho who could have done the Bruno role better.
Yeah.
Hakuwa kwa squad. But he was with the team at Amex.
That doesn't make sense. So that sub was weird. And then you brought in McTominay who McTominay has never had an assist in his career, I think. That is wild.
He has never.
the moment you need a goal, you brought someone who has never even had an assist.
To be the main creator.
Ayo ni uongo.
Jaba.
Ayo ni uongo. Anyway, former league leaders, now you go somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Tuko number 13, bro.
You have a big game this weekend, but we'll catch up on that.
Yeah, we have to beat Liverpool, but anyway.
Aye.
So, Oli Watkins, I don't know what happened after...
Oli Watkins!
Wengi watafunja radio zao, wengine watafunja television.
They will not believe. They will not believe. Hey, Oli Watkins.
Oli Watkins up to last season.
I need that Watkins.
He was the best finisher, best assist. He took England to the final in the Euros.
In the Euros.
But then pre-season is way too important. And I think that's the mistake that Unai had realized, that the more you continue to play this guy who's unfit,
no, but he has to gain fitness one way or another.
But anafa to come on from the bench after a Madrid game. Afai kuanza.
But Nani is not that guy yet.
Duran
is
sharp.
not that guy.
But
he's not
sharp.
that guy. Okay. To be fair to Emery, you can't get much fitness from playing 30 minutes.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to start playing 60. And then, if he doesn't play this game, or let's say he comes off the bench, the other game he played, then
West Ham.
60 or 70 as well.
Yeah.
You then can't give him 30. He has to get into a rhythm. You have to give him 60. But to be fair to Emery, anamtoa mapema. He hasn't been keeping him until 75. Because even Duran got like a good 30 minutes, I think. And to me, that was shocking. I was like, hey, unapata umse time yote.
Versus you guys.
Versus Arsenal. But still, these first games you can't, especially with a team that haven't had a preseason. Again, he was your best player last season. He was one of the best players in the Premier League.
So justified to kumeka kwa squad.
You just have to play him. Like, hakuna choice. It's the same way we're talking about Bruno kutolewa.
Kuna those players wezi toka kwa timu, hiyo ndio shida. But mse alimiss vitu zingine crazy. Up to when Trossard came on and scored.
Kwanza hata hiyo miss ya kwanza, hata match fitness aingemsaidia.
Miss ya kwanza na ilikuwa crazy.
Match fitness aingemsaidia, bro.
But
Pili was a bit more difficult. Like, yes, he's expected to score, but the ball comes off the post, sindio? Comes off the post and it's almost a quick reaction. And to be fair, it's not that he had Aku head directly at try. I kind of headed it there.
But as a good, I think something I've learned from Casemiro, kitu yenye yako underrated, nile unabounceisha ball na header. As a good finisher, I think ungefanya hivyo na header. Ama venye makochu sema unarudisha ball kwenye imetoka. Because Ryan knew umse
hakuna pale ingine inaenda.
Ataiku kujuu.
But that save, the save on it by itself, it wasn't an impressive save. It was an okay save. In the context of the game, it makes it an important save.
Very important.
But the fact that how quickly he comes up, because the save is how you prepare yourself before you make the save.
Yeah.
What he does before he makes the save is way more impressive. Because he just went, he's looking back, he tries to deliver the ball and a hata in a tapa post, and he has to get up, look up, and then actually he just gets up and dives.
Actually, it was 2 players. Aston Villa Lukoku.
Yeah, it was 2 players. So what he did before the save was way more important.
So do you say that was a good save or just a miss?
It was a good save. Okay, it was an average save. But if you consider the how quickly he had to get up and do all these things, it's a good save. It's not a great save, it's a good save. A great save would have been like Ile Anani last week.
Lanson or something.
Who keeper wa Chelsea anaitwa? Sanchez. Sanchez, when it was KDB's deflected shot or someone. He just had to go and lead it to the corner. Doku's shot. Yeah. That's a great save. Because it has everything. It has what this one had. But reflex, even timing. And then he had to jump so high to his right, Like, that's a great save.
But why don't you guys start Trossard? I've never understood it.
Trossard to me has it's like the Jota thing. Where it's like, the guy is so good in moments. But if you give him 80 minutes, you will see that he's not as effective. The other thing is, Martinelli is on that wing by himself, majority of the game. Think about how much support Saka gets on that wing.
Yeah, from
Saka
White.
has Ben White. He has Odegaard right next to him. Havertz is also making runs through those channels. So he always has options, yeah? Saliba comes up a bit. This other side, our Timber, our left back, who's supposed to be, not supposed to be, but if he was to do what White was doing on the other side, he'd be supporting Martinelli on that side. Yeah. Timber is inverting. He's basically a midfielder. You find him at right back. Declan Rice is now coming to help in midfield in terms of build-up play. Yeah. You find that Martinelli is always being left alone on that wing, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, But that's how our team is sided, right? Which is why Calafiori signing was very crucial. Because at moments in the season, we will have to switch to the left. And now Martinelli starts getting... And Martinelli is very good on one-on-ones. If you've played any sport, you know, you tire the opponent out, and then now you bring in someone who can finish, right?
Exactly.
You bring in a finisher, someone who will finish at a high level. Martinelli running at you. You know, Martinelli is number 4 for most progressive passes received. He was number 4 last year. This season in 2 games, he's still number 4. Basically, that means any passes after 6 passes, that pass is longer than 10 yards, and it's towards the opponent's goal. He receives it, which means his positioning is great, which means
his movement also.
His movement is great. It also means the team depends on him in those situations. If they're like, okay, we've seen a one-on-one, we give you the ball, they give him.
In transition to attack, Martinelli.
So he does a lot of things that really help. Because if you think about it, where did the goal come from? It's not a coincidence that many goals Trossard scores. This guy has really worked that entire right side. By the time, okay, Trossard not so much, but generally, he has tired those guys out. Like those guys on that. And then he's also smart. He does, if he knows, like Wan-Bissaka is the one person who always used to have Martinelli's number. It got to a point Martinelli knew, if that opening is not there, I'm not going to force it. I'm just going to turn back. And that is why, those are the things that make Martinelli sharp. He never complains. He's available, he's fit, he's young. Now he has nailed on a position, you know. So I don't think Trossard will ever start consistently over the course of a season.
So you think it's unfair for Arsenal fans to call for Martinelli to be subbed?
No, being called to be subbed is fine because they know who's coming on.
Okay.
You see, let's say Trossard was injured. You know that it's Reece Nelson coming on. That's a different story. You're not going to say, oh, bring him off or bring him on. The thing is, as Arsenal fans, what you need to do is appreciate. We have both of them. It doesn't matter who starts. We have them. Like, that's what matters. We have both of them. And we did not get Mudryk.
Also, Saka is too good, bro. I think it's time we start appreciating him.
Do we need to give one for Saka? Bukayo!
Yeah, Saka is good. He's consistent. Match in every game week. But the problem I have, the fear I have, ni anaweza turn out kuwa ka Hazard.
In the sense of?
The only way you can stop him is by
fouling him.
Yeah. Na unamkanyaga ile proper because at times he's strong. He can carry on going, like he's a good also carrier of the ball. Hiyo ndio attribute yenye sidhani watu mpea credits for. So the only way unaweza stop ni kumfoul. Na hizo one time zita accumulate zikuwe something.
But now in Saka's position, what would you do differently to avoid that?
Well, that's true because that
like what is the remedy for that? It will just be the coach telling the refs, yo, you need to look after my player.
But as Arteta said that oftenly.
Last season he did. It got to a point he just stopped saying it because also you don't want to whine too much and get fined.
I also saw the manager ref akimwongelesha. It was sijui alikuwa analia nini kwa dugout.
Arteta. You need standard, bro.
But I think this was one of the games where you'd say we didn't play well, but we won. Just those.
No, we didn't. We were not impressive.
Yeah, you didn't play well.
We dominated possession. We had that good chance, Saka's chance in the first half.
Even the second half when he tried to take on the goalkeeper.
But the thing is, now what you're saying about United that you don't have, that thing of build-up play. For us, I'm seeing build-up play. There's really good instances of build-up play. Again, we don't need to peak in August. The season ends in May. You just need to accumulate those wins. Then look at January is when you start now playing beautiful football. But there's 2 moments in these both goals, actually. If you look at the Trossard goal, it was Odegaard with the ball in the middle, and then he did that reverse pass of his, and then Ben White just let it go. The ball looks like it's going out, Saka saves it, right? That pass before the pass that leads to the assist or something, because this one didn't have an assist, but something like that.
The dummy from Havertz.
There was the dummy from Havertz, yes. There was also the dummy from White. Like, it's those moments where it's like people are they're so aware of, like, just their awareness is just great. Game. The second goal, Nani's goal, Partey's goal. Wait, before we get to Partey, I will get to Partey. Partey's goal. The goal comes, obviously, Saka has the ball on the right side, then he lays it off to Partey. But that ball started from because it was Gabriel who had the ball. He chopped that overhead that went to Trossard, where Trossard beat the offside line. Again, it's just those small things that we're doing. Trossard's movement, the defender expecting him to come short, he doesn't come short, he goes long, you know. And then at that time, Matikash had left. So we took advantage of a young player
fullback.
at right back. And you actually said this about he could be one guy to think about for FPL, I think. And just looking for, because Matikash, it's a hamstring. Oh no, that was Biko who said that. But you called him the guy who when the sub was made. Anyway, it's just knowing where the weakness is and exploiting it. Those are the moments that I'm very happy. Like the future is bright.
But your game, this Rogers guy, I was impressed.
Let me tell you. Had you watched him before?
Yeah, last season. He is actually the owner of...
He's the owner of the celebration.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer. Yeah, it was not the first time I watched him. I'm telling you, even in my post-match, I said
guy's
it.
good.
That kid
I think
blew me away.
United should be watching him to replace Rashford.
Rashford, I think you play him in midfield.
Rogers is a Pogba who plays in...
I think you play him in you know that 8-10 role that just drives
Just
like
a good
Yaya
guy.
Toure type of Pogba, as you've said, you know, because that boy. And the thing is, and
He's powerful.
I also said it, like sometimes you don't know the value of certain players until you see how opponents prepare for them.
Yeah.
Arteta, the way he prepared for this guy, like anytime he had the ball in midfield, it was Gabriel who was coming out. And I'm like, why is Gabriel coming out? The only other time I remember us doing something drastic or crazy like that, okay, not as crazy like that, but something close to that, was when Koscielny was coming all the way to midfield to meet Messi when we were playing Barca in the Champions League. And anytime you see a tactic like that, you immediately click something in your head. You're like, this guy is talked about this guy being an important player. There's one where he went and fended off Martinelli, then he fended off Partey, and all of them were trying to foul him. Because I think they knew they're like, hey, this guy is going to cause
The only way you can stop him is by
fouling. But the kid is strong, man.
But it's a good win for you guys. Also, you kept a clean sheet.
But who scored the second goal?
Partey.
Ni pati gani? Ni pati gani?
Partey Ganio.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
Do you think Spurs are good without a recognized striker?
Are they good? No.
They scored 4
They did,
without a striker.
but last year, the whole of last year, they played without a striker.
They had R9.
They played the whole season without a striker.
They had R9.
I stick to my guts. He had a few games where he was on fire, but the thing is, I feel like they played so long without a striker, they know how to play without a striker.
They got used to it.
Yeah. So when Solanke it was ruled out, it's like, let's just go back to what we were doing last year. But also Everton, UMC. Kuna teams tatu hii league mi nikiona nasema tu ni goal fest. Ipswich, Everton,
Soton. Southampton pia wataichukua goal.
wachana Soton. Soton at least walijaribu versus Nottingham Forest. Ilikuwa ni team gani? Wolves. But yeah, Spurs naona tu they had a good game. They got Everton are looking, I don't know. Ama Onana being sold, they haven't recovered. Nana nawanzi hapo mid.
Some kid from they signed from Aston Villa, sijui anaitwa Bragg na whatever.
Oh, yeah, the kid they signed for FFP.
He's supposed to replace Onana. Alafu I think Brandthwaite achezi, si ndio? Like there's a beef United fans have with Everton after how they abused us for signing Euro and not Jarrod. So pia hiyo miss yake, like it's affecting them in a way. Juu is a very good defender, but to concede 4 versus Spurs, crazy. Plus they created a lot.
They did,
like they always do.
Yeah, standard.
Waka miss mingi though. Alafu manager waka akasema ati watu wanafaa kumconsole because he's missing a striker.
Nani alisema hivyo?
Ange.
Achana Ange man.
Big Ange alisema hivyo. Alafu game ya City are just City.
Yeah.
But who replaces Haaland?
No, see, I've seen there's a kid. I sent it on the group. Basi tuko na group ya nini?
Box to box.
Box to box. Tuko na community mzima. Kuna group ya ball, kuna group ya FPL, kuna group ya athletics. Kwa hiyo group nilituma kitu leo. There's a guy they are trying to sign.
From Copenhagen.
Yeah, the guy from Copenhagen.
Juu hiyo game ya City, I think Pep alikuwa anataka kufanya subs. But then anaangalia kwa bench anaona
But also mi kitu moja nimegundua again ni pre-season. Ni kai pre-season. Say they were just strolling with 60,000 people in the arena. And then normally after a team goes 1-0 up like that, bro, you don't just concede 3 goals in 5 minutes. You don't just concede 3 in 5.
City baited them.
But you know, if they manage to keep that 1-0 even for 30 minutes, you know, just
Even for first half,
the
wangeweza
crowd
kubuild
just gets
momentum.
anxious
Yeah,
and nini, then
wananyamaza.
they get it seriously. But bro, after
3 minutes.
after 13 minutes, ni 3-1.
Like three goals, 3 minutes, 3 goals.
Eh.
Do you think that was a penalty
Gani hiyo?
on Savinho? The first goal that Haaland scored.
Hata sijui vile sijui alianguka vifani.
Like ananikumbusha
Alianguka
Young.
alafu akafungwa miguu hivi.
Like ni kama he expected the touch juu alikuwa anajua hii ball imeenda nje.
And then hiyo games ilikuwa na ref it had a black ref.
I've
not seen a black ref in the Premier League.
He actually came last season. Hiyo time ya black.
I remember
month,
he came,
whatever.
but he came as a linesman.
Yeah.
Assistant ref. He didn't come as a... Did he actually ref a game?
There's a game he ref last season. I think United was Luton.
I saw him. I was happy.
was impressed.
First of all, I was like, hey, it's about time. Think about how many black people are represented the Premier League. Like, I'm not saying it's about representation, but if you're going to have so many black players, you might as well have black across, right?
Yeah.
We don't have black coaches. I think the last one was who? Chris Hutton.
Yes.
Is there another one in the league now?
No.
Not even in the league, in the world.
Maybe Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole is now an assistant for England.
Or England.
Yeah. Alafu Seedorf hata sijui kwa yana coach, but he's a coach.
Anyway, yeah. I wanted to point that out. Tuko tunaongelea nani?
KDB is back. Haaland.
KDB.
Replacement. Then Gundogan made a good cameo, I'd say.
Kwanza, box to box FPL show is coming out on Wednesday. And there's some people who really came at me for telling them you should captain Haaland. But ni sawa. Tutakuja hiyo story utaendelea. But yeah, Haaland hat-trick, it was coming. It was expected.
But
Ipswich are off.
Ukipa alifanya mistakes kadhaa.
Hey, mob. Alafu, nilikuwa na watch, there's this YouTube channel called High Performance. They interview like former players, former coaches, current coaches. I watched the episode for Rob Edwards. Mko Rob Edwards?
Yeah.
Coach wa Luton. And one of the things, basically what he was trying to say in this whole interview is the experience in the Premier League was just like ni kama the first like 10 games ilikuwa a shock because they never really had experience.
The intensity.
Until they finally got Barkley and Townsend. Upon the Pali, they had some experience, but still not so much. And one of the assistant coaches, alikuwa coach kwa league. Then he was saying that ilifika point, everyone was just like, it's like fans are calling for park the bus type of thing to see Chapwe. But the guy is like, what's the point of us coming to the league, parking the bus, and then we just go back down? Like, what's that?
Let's just enjoy.
And if you're going to be relegated, let's do it on our own terms. Let's get relegated playing how we want to play. And every time I saw Ipswich play, that thing kept on playing in my head, where it's like, Ipswich know they don't have the talent to keep up with many of these teams, but they're going to try and play from the back. They're going to try and play risky passes in dangerous positions, because you don't take those risks, then you don't beat the man. Yeah. That's how their goal came. Like just taking risks, and then the pass was really, really dope. Actually, the pass for the assist for the goal.
Their 2 goals came when they were pressing high, and the mistake the problem I have with this goalkeeper, he has Premier League experience. It was last season at Burnley.
Lakini unajua Premier League experience the Premier League.
He did the same mistake versus Newcastle, versus United, but we didn't score. I think it was Martial who didn't score. So there are some things that you have to learn from.
Yeah.
Plus you are facing City. Pata ball pura.
That's the point. These guys are not trying to put a ball ovyo. See, they're trying to show they can play.
But ilikuwa so early in the game. Msha concede already bao 2.
Hiyo ilikuwa ya pili ama ya
sasa
hiyo ilikuwa
ya pili sasa.
Ya pili, msha concede ya kwanza. It's still a bit early. The fans have gotten into the game. First game of the season, the sun is out.
At Manchester.
The sun is out.
It actually works. Yeah, so waka concede ingine ya 3, Haaland akafunga.
Kwanza hiyo pass ya KDB ilikuwa wazimu.
Nikatoa tu hiyo game.
Were you surprised it only ended 4?
Yeah. Juu nilikuwa na watch game ya Everton. Sasa nilikuwa na watch na regrets juu guy. Mbona siku triple captain Haaland? Kuangalia first half imeisha 3-1. Then I'm like, when did Ipswich get back to the game? Then second half, almost to the dying minute, ndio Haaland amekuja kufunga hat-trick. Yeah, so I think by their standards, they did better. They learned from the first 13 minutes. Then on Sunday, Enzo Maresca.
The game of the weekend. Eh?
The first half was
Hey, we must talk about this game. First of all,
The
najua
first half
tutakujiwa
was
juu
crazy.
tulisema Chelsea
Watachapwa tu.
Si watu wa Chelsea watachapwa. So of course wasora tukujia, but
we were wrong. We accept our mistake.
we accept our mistake. But what I'll say is
In the
I
first
feel
half,
like
we were
Chelsea.
vindicated. In the first half.
Yeah. First half they showed us they were like 2-2 against Wolves, who just looked like they don't
They
want to.
missed a lot of chances.
They did, but they also gave Wolves very good chances.
yeah.
And for them, to be fair, that their second half was amazing. Their second half was really good.
Actually, it's the same thing that we said here on the pod last weekend. When you match the intensity, like Wolves wanachezanga na intensity yenye iko high. Now they're playing like United's Rangnick. First half of every game, we were like, we are back.
Yeah.
Then somehow second half, teams were making comebacks. We were conceding late goals. Tulikuwa tunachapwa. That's the same thing that Wolves did. Last season, they also did the same thing versus other teams. At Molineux, first half they come at you. Unasema, we miss chances. Second half ikirudi hivi, wanafunga. Then second half ikirudi, you do just a little tactical tweak. Mnaanza sasa mnaachana na chaos. Mnaanza tu maintain possession, build polepole. Mnawabait wanakuja, then they leave so much spaces huko nyuma. Alafu, boom, 6 goals.
In the first show of the season for FPL, I said I really like Chelsea's fixtures from a fantasy perspective. I really like Chelsea's fixtures, but I don't know who's going to start. And I also said in the preseason, Madueke looked to me like the most impressive person. Their game against Man City, where they conceded stupid goals, playing Uko Jinga at the back. When Madueke came on, even assisted, like Madueke was looking very sharp in preseason and in
Even in the first 2 games. Versus City, he came on and was bright.
But now that's the problem. Versus City, Madueke should have started.
Yeah.
Madueke, to me, in their preseason, Madueke was one of the most impressive players. Why are you benching him? And that was my fear with Chelsea. That was my fear of getting, because I had Nkunku in many of my drafts. Then at some point I was like, you know what? This Maresca guy, ni kama anatuja kila mtu. So when he started Lavia in the first game, I was like, I'm done. I'm not getting a Chelsea player. But deep back of my mind, I'm like, I really want a Chelsea player because they have good fixtures. Now, I'm thinking of getting Madueke, but then, what if this guy just decides to bench him?
Actually, after the interview did, where he said that after the Madueke coming over City, he was asked, why are you not playing this guy? He looks sharp. Akasema, umsi ako na attitude mbovu kwa training. So,
Ndio maana. Lakini hata hiyo game alisema Palmer is better playing 10.
Yeah.
Game ikianza amecheza na gita 3, zile gita 3 tulikuwa tunaongea, gita 3 midfield, ameka Palmer right wing. Sana shanga bana umsi ni aje. Yeah, Madueke, it must be an attitude problem. You saw what he tweeted, he posted on his IG before the game.
That's why the fans were booing.
And then he went and apologized.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, that fact that he scored a 30-minute hat-trick.
Crazy.
Just after that.
Plus, the thing I think Maresca got right ni Palmer si player ku hug touchline. Palmer needs to work on half spaces and just in the middle. Kwenye anazaona tu
Alikuwa na assist 3?
3 plus a goal.
2 za Madueke ama zote za Madueke.
3 za Madueke.
But hizo bao zote zilikuwa tu carbon copy.
Same.
Wolves wako serious.
Walini bow.
Wolves wako serious. But
after what they gave us in the first half, I expected the same in the second half. But nilikuwa na expect a 4-4-5-5 game.
But Boyaka alifunga, Kunya alifunga.
Ilikuwa offside.
Ilikuwa off.
Kuna bao alifunga ilikuwa offside.
Alifunga ngapi?
2.
Nani alifungia Wolves bao 2?
Kunya na Lansen.
Kunya na Lansen.
Yeah.
Ait Noor is also another guy. He looks like a really good
but
asset. Do you think Wolves is a relegation candidate?
No. They are not. Actually, this season they were targeting finishing in top 10. But you can't finish top 10 by leaking goals.
Weirdly enough, I also agree. Simply because of Gary O'Neill. Yeah, that guy proved me very wrong last year.
So many of us.
I was completely shocked. Not last year, the year before.
When he was at Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yeah. When he kept Bournemouth up and then they fired him, I was like, this guy. That before he came to Wolves, I was like, this guy is going to be, he's going to ball. Me, that year for Bournemouth, he proved me very wrong. And ever since that day, I was like, I'm never going to rule him out. And then last year, again, looked very good because they were not in the relegation. They were for like maybe a few weeks and then they just...
Actually, Nini apologized for VR last season. It hurt them a bit.
It really hurt them. Yeah. It really hurt them. But sioni Wolves wakiwa relegation candidates. Naona tu ikikuwa tu...
Wanafaa wacheze kama how they played versus you guys. Like that's their standard.
Lakini sasa unajua it's hard to... Because every time any team that plays against Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool,
Low block.
It'll be a low block, but also the intensity will be very high because those are the games they wake up for. Unacheki.
Yeah.
Those are the games where I'm not saying they don't wake up for other games, but these ones the motivation is much higher. You want to prove the world is watching. These players, in as much as many players, kuna games zingine Wolves versus Southampton, Wolves versus Leicester, wasa watawatch kama Wolves versus Man City. Unacheki. Tupia any audition.
Yeah.
So I think they really turn up for those games. So it's hard to match them. But then Wolves normally come with some intensity.
Especially in the
Lemina.
first half.
Ay,
Lemina,
is another one.
Cunha is a good carry of the ball. So alikuwa na draw fouls. Like, the problem I have with them, they don't maintain that intensity in the longer periods of the game. Alafu, walidhani Chelsea ni mates, like ni ma-age mates tu wao wenye wanaweza cheza end-to-end game for 90 minutes. But what chenye haku recognize ni these teams can be awful like United, but they have better quality which can carry them kwa games. So I think that's what happened for Chelsea in the second half. Really.
But also we need to talk about Nicholas Jackson. It would be remiss of us not to talk about probably one of the best games of his career.
Yeah.
Other than the Tottenham one.
He had so many moments.
He had moments
From
honestly,
fans,
I think this would be
players.
this would be better than the Tottenham one because Tottenham ilikuwa tu bao tatu. This one, it was the flicks, it was the runs behind. Obviously, he scored. He looked good.
He had an argument with fans.
Yeah.
He scored. He assisted.
Yeah.
Akachoka. Akaenda akatweet. Alitweet ama aliweka kwa story.
Alisema nini?
Aliambia Mikel Ame. You remember what Mikel talked about him?
Which Mikel?
Obi Mikel.
Oh,
Obi Mikel said Chelsea we ain't winning.
With Jackson.
Jackson's our striker.
Yeah.
He told him, stop talking shit, bro. We are all Africans. You are killing us.
Luckily, even him has been killing us for long. But this weekend,
he scored, so he was
it was
justified.
The flicks, Yani. Like I was like, wait, how are you so confident after being so bad?
Like that assist. Yeah, Cole Palmer.
He was so bad in the last game against City, and then the confidence.
Even this game, there are some. Kuna vitu zingine alikuwa anafanya funny. He was just being Jackson.
But alifanya vitu poa.
Kuna zingine zilikuwa zinaingiana.
I think he played very well.
Ama siri ni fans booing.
Ama Lukaku. Karibu kusaini Osimhen.
Will he go to Chelsea?
Sijui. Si number 9 hajasainiwa. Hakuna mtu akona number 9.
Watapea tu Jackson.
Vile Sterling alinyang'anywa jazi.
That was bad. Also, kama ingekuwa ni Mudryk kwa hiyo position ya Neto.
Mudryk alicheza? Neto alianza?
Aliingia
sasa wana ujinga. Sasa hawa watu wote, like there's lack of consistency in the squad selection.
Even Felix came on for
João Felix.
He scored a really good goal.
Hey bro,
but I can credit Neto decision making. Juu ingekuwa ni Mudryk angechenga alafu afanye ile shot yake yenye inakuanga anataka kucurve but inaenda kwa corner flag.
You know, the more I look at Mudryk, I wonder how. You know, there's some people who kama vile tulisign Kai Havertz and we just brought him back.
Yeah.
The way we signed Jorginho and it looked like his career was going. What was Arteta's plan with Mudryk?
I don't know. Maybe to use him like Martinelli.
But are there moments you watch Mudryk and you're like, wow, this guy reminds me of Martinelli?
When he was at Shakhtar, I actually watched him and he reminded me of Bale. Alikuwa anacheza ka Gareth Bale wa right foot. But maybe ni juu team ilikuwa chini, so he's the standard player. So
and also that team, they were playing into a lot of space.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about recruiting for a team that dominates the ball. Because if I'm recruiting you from Real Sociedad or Sujuhu, Sociedad not it's not as bad. But if I'm recruiting you from like West Ham, like Declan Rice, for example, I have no evidence of you playing in a team that dominates possession. So I don't know how you're going to play against a low block consistently week in, week out.
The same thing he said. He came and he had a different outlook on football when he signed for Arsenal. Juu alikuwa amezoea tu tackles,
Eh.
breaking play.
So that's where I was just
Destroying.
like, I until today, I always look back. Sometimes you look back at, okay, this player, we were linked to this player. How are we going to use them? It's like a mental exercise I like doing. And just trying to see, okay, umsange fitaji. In as much as Arteta is a great manager, I honestly don't know what they sold to him.
But alikuwa amecheza game 23
Nani? Mudrik.
kwa kare yake.
23 peke?
Like alikuwa kwa Shakhtar under 19, then he came to
Me, I think hiyo ilikuwa tu below.
main team.
Hiyo deal ilikuwa tu ya kunini.
alafu 100 million for him. Amenyoa, ameweka tattoo, amechange nini agent.
Naskali change agent.
Like bado performance ni same. Even Maresca was mad at him. He said they were Maresca alisema, I paraphrase, kama si ati is good off possession anaweza track back na vitu kama hizo, angekuwa anacheza.
Wild.
Then later on Liverpool
versus Brentford. That was a routine win. Routine.
hiyo game ilinifanya nikaboeka juu this guy has only been manager for 2 weeks, like in the Premier League. But you can see what they are trying to do. Like they are consistent. Change principles zake ni same. Alafu is not afraid to make subs. He took off Trent akajam, akatoa Salah, akatoa Jota. Then we have Ten Hag.
Kitu ni tamu. Hii kitu ni tamu.
But I really liked how they played.
After how many years?
3.
Yeah.
I liked how they played, and I like how this manager is like ako ka Fagi. There's no player who's bigger than the team. Alafu hafichi, is not afraid to make subs. He was asked why is Kwanzaa not playing? Was it an easy decision for last week? Akasema it was an easy decision based on what he did last week, but he didn't even train this week, so there was no need of starting him. Then they had an interview with Carragher. Alafu, like, I just love how he talks. He's real. Hadanganyi.
Speaking of that interview with Carragher, this is how it went.
Myself. So, I mean, what would your role be in terms of helping them sign a contract and, to stay at the club in the future? Obviously, the hierarchy will deal with the money side of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, the only thing I have to do, what I do with all of them, is getting and bringing the best out of them. And if we bring the best out of them and they perform really well, then it's up to them. If they want to sign, it's up to the club and us if we give them a new contract. But the best thing for all of them is, if you're out of contract or not, is get the best performance as possible in. And there is where I should and will help them together with my staff to bring out the best out of them. Until now, it's nothing been but positive. Mo came back really strong in terms of physique. Virgil came back really strong. Trent did the same. And they brought in some good performances against Ipswich, which was only the first.
He's not sugarcoating anything. And those are your 3 best players. Van Dijk, best centre back. Trent, best right back. Salah, best attacker, best right wing. Okay, Saka is the best, but we have to say Salah.
Yeah.
Hafichi, kawa wanadai wanaweza sign.
Transparency.
Yeah.
Honesty.
We need a manager like that. Yeah. So that was a good win for them. Then, we hope we can do something.
What do you think of Jota in starting in this team ahead of Darwin?
Just stay fit.
That's it for him.
Yeah, just stay fit. Because I don't see Darwin Nunes playing so much in the Premier League ama Champions League. Ngoje Carabao na okay.
Amesema Darwin angoje Carabao.
Alafu pia, I think he loves people who work hard. That's why even Luis Diaz is playing. That guy is in the jana ilikuwa deka. There's a counter Liverpool had before atoke. Sijui ilikuwa deka 8 ngapi. The guy took on 3 players. Alafu anakimbia ni kama ndio game imeanza.
Diaz.
Diaz
akona engine.
akona
Motor.
akona lungs 4.
N'Golo Kante
That's
region.
crazy. But anyway,
N'Golo Kante region.
yeah, of the left wing for Liverpool. So Liverpool just had a routine win. Brentford missed Tony. Like I heard a commentator say, in a game like this, in as much as you don't want to risk him, I think in a game like this, he offers you something. But considering they won the last game, so this one they expected to lose. Yeah, so it wasn't... They didn't do much to trouble them, so it was so easy for Liverpool.
But let me tell you, Brentford's counters were so frustrating. I'm telling you, Mbeumo akipata ball uko mbele maze, hiyo touch tu ilikuwa
Hawakuwa na attack with so many players. Ni Visa na Mbeumo pekee.
Yeah, but even then, like they're not running in the right channels, or their first touch is off. They're always getting caught. Always. Konate was just getting there. Van Dijk was getting there. Robertson, who is not the fastest defender. Even Szoboszlai at some point was tracking back. McAllister.
Who's not even fast. Akona sprint speed ya. Nimeona Casemiro amepewa sprint speed ya 38.
Go happy fever.
So
EFC.
So McAllister has to be 35. But Brentford have to replace Tony. Sidhani wame find a way how to play without him versus big teams. Johanna focal points uko mbele.
But last year vile hakuwa walicheza tu poa beginning of the season.
Yeah, but teams zenye walikuwa na face, ukiangalia he can trouble Van Dijk, Saliba. For United he was targeting Lisandro. We did a live watch along of that game when they scored in the 99th minute. Yeah, so there's something he offers versus our big defenders. But versus Liverpool, they lacked that.
Hey.
Ama Liverpool they walikuwa too good.
Brentford, I don't know. Their attack just looks very
Blunt.
Blunt is the right word.
Yeah.
I was going to say disjointed, but that's not the right word. Yeah, it's just blunt.
They have a lot to do. Wanaweza kuwa favorites wa kumaliza number 16.
Thomas Frank. Tunaangalia Thomas Frank. Tunakuangalia bro.
Actually, Chelsea considered hiring him. So
Those
he's a
are
good
things
manager,
I
but
don't
I think
understand.
he's a good manager. Okay.
He's too pragmatic.
According to
He's
Todd
too
Bowley,
pragmatic.
yeah.
At this moment, if you want to coach those top, I wouldn't even say top 6, top 8 of the Premier League,
Actually, top
you
10.
have to have a level of insanity in your, like where it's like, okay, this game I'm going to play.
2020.
Yeah. He's
Toe.
too pragmatic. Yeah, those are things. He reminds me of Steve Bruce.
Hadi akaamua tu acha mimi resign juu.
Hey,
Sitaki kuwa fired.
he's just too meh.
Anyway, on to match game week 3
Hey!
predictions.
Hey!
And guess who is playing first?
Hey! What's
Guess-
the first game of the weekend?
Guess ali kick off ni nani?
Ali kick off, I think ni yetu. Wow. Ali kick off ni yetu, si ndio?
Yeah,
Hii, na tuko na ile timu yenye iliwachapa.
exactly. Team yenye ilibahatika.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on Saturday, early kickoff, we have Arsenal facing Brighton at the Emirates. The sun will be out
Uwanja wa Emirati.
as usual.
Game before international break.
The second game at home.
You're too good.
Fans want entertainment before we take a break for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, so how do you see that game panning out?
Exactamente. Apa. We have not looked amazing. And I don't expect us to look amazing. Arteta's teams, what I'm starting to see, there's like a trend here. These first few games of the season, it's not about playing beautiful. Just get your game. Just win your games. Win your games. So kama hii tunaona tu tukachapa tu msetu 3-1 safi without fuss. We are yet to score a proper goal from a set piece. So I'm seeing Declan Rice up and aka assist. I think the thing we really need to look out for is Brighton's wingers. I'm looking at Kaoru Mitoma and I'm looking at Adingra because Nani is still out. Sindio?
Minte. He played
Minte.
actually.
He played?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll get many minutes, but still. And then Welbs is really
Joe
he's
Pedro.
performing. Joe Pedro anakuja tu na nini.
They've actually made 2 good signings. They've signed Kadioglu, who you said United signed this guy.
I told you United to sign that man.
Yeah, we actually wanted him, but we weren't sure. So sure.
He was one of my top 5 performers or breakout stars from the Euros.
Yeah. But I think you win that game because of quality and because if we played like that versus them and you play better than us and sustain pressure for longer periods, you'll definitely beat them. So I'm going for a 4-1. It's not personal. Well, it's personal.
I just think we are, the way this team is set up, bro, we are just too fucking solid. Like, and I'm not even bragging. Like, the team is just solid.
You don't
like,
see them scoring.
We don't see them scoring, but not only that, we don't have to be impressive to win. You know? And it's not that we're winning ugly. We're just winning by playing average. And I'm not seeing us peak at this moment. That time will come.
So, your prediction?
3-1.
I'm going for a 4-1 Arsenal win. And I think you'll exploit their high line by third man runs. I don't know why United hatukufikiria hivyo. Hapo sasa ndio Havertz will come good. Havertz atakuwa anatoi na loose dunk. Then he'll be somehow that's the game that I think Martinelli will impress you fans. Yeah, so Arsenal 4-1.
Yeah.
Then the second game, Brentford versus Southampton. Battle of the Mids.
Hey, that one. Southampton they've lost both their games, yeah?
Yeah.
They've lost both their games. They lost to Newcastle away, despite being 11 men against 10 for like the majority of the game. Then they lost this last week to one of my boys, my FPL boys, Morgan Gibbs-White, Nottingham Forest. So I think they just need to do a solid performance. They don't need to win. They just need to have a solid performance, which I think right now it's not a tier must-win game, but it's one of those games where you go into the international break with something to cling on to. So I think this game will end in a draw. I'm seeing like a 1-1 draw.
I also don't see anything to look forward to, especially after what I watched yesterday versus Liverpool from Brentford. So I think it will be also a draw, a boring draw. 1-1 or even 0-0.
First one of the season.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then the other game, Everton versus Bournemouth.
Another mid-game is Everton versus Bournemouth. Everton they need a result. Like, they seriously need a result. And I will surprise you guys with a stat. I was doing FPL notes a bit earlier, so I have gone through so many stats, and I have seen that Semenyo has the highest expected assist in the league.
Really?
Yeah, after 2 games. So Semenyo is getting into very, very dangerous positions. He also assisted the last game.
Yeah, and scored
the other game. Scored the previous game.
Yeah.
So Semenyo is going to cause them problems. Everton, I just don't know what's happening with that team. Like, I honestly have no idea. But this is the game where they bounce back.
Yeah, true.
This is the game where they bounce
They're
back.
at home. Their fans abused them the other day after they lost. So I think I see Everton winning 2-1.
I see an Everton 3-1
win.
Yeah.
Okay, the next game, another battle of the mids. Okay, is Fulham really mid?
It's there.
Ipswich facing Fulham.
You need points. Fulham is getting points. Fulham is winning this game, first of all. Ipswich will just go back down. Me, I don't see what you guys saw with McKenna. And then, okay, it's early. I'm not calling for the relegation because Gary O'Neill has proved me wrong. Like, you can start slow and go strong. Who else has proved me wrong? Steve Cooper at Nottingham Forest. You can start slow and still finish strong. So I'm not going to rule them out. But it's very hard for a team that has started so badly to
suddenly
turn it just before. They will use the international break to actually turn it around, what I feel. And then on top of that, they had really tough fixtures. I mean, facing Liverpool and Man City, your first 2 games is not easy. So I expect them to give a fight here, but I will still go for a Fulham win. Fulham just look good. Other than Muniz missing chances, Smith Rowe is looking good. Smith Rowe has allowed Pereira to get the ball in advanced positions, and that has also unlocked Anthony Robinson. That guy is bombing down the wing. He's actually... And then they've signed Anderson, which to me I think is one of the deals of the season. And Sanderberg is also a really good one. But for me, one of the signing of the season is Anderson to Fulham. I just rate him so highly.
So he'll bring defense solidity to the team.
Not only defensive solidity, he's good at playing from the back, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to have ball players so that they can progress the ball. Like, if you look at Anderson's best games, and I will never forget him playing at Anfield, just amazing from the back. Against us, the first game of, not last season, the season before. I think there's a game where we lost there. Not the first game we won 3-0, I think. That was Saliba's goal. There was a game we played there,
And
and
lost 2-1.
Anderson was balling. Hey, so yeah, he's just solid against big teams, against small teams, everyone. It doesn't matter.
I actually think Ipswich will get a result here. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Fulham 2-0.
Okay, another battle of the mids. Leicester facing Aston Villa.
Leicester are leaking chances,
Yeah.
which is leading to leaking goals.
And this is the bad team they'll be facing before international break.
Yeah, this is it's this one. We played Tottenham, 1-1. Yeah, this one I'm going for Aston Villa win. Aston Villa there's just too much firepower. Bailey, the crazy. One place where they can probably exploit Aston Villa is at right back now that Matty Cash is out.
Injured.
And that's about it. This guy is Rodgers. How
a
do you even
baller.
deal with Rodgers? And then after Nani goes, Watkins does his 60 minutes, you bring on Duran.
Even Philijon, after Leon Bailey has offered a stinker, he comes on. He can do something. I think Villa are winning 3-1.
I'll go for Villa 3-2.
3-2. You fancy them to score 2 goals?
I fancy Vardy.
Okay, another battle of the mids. Nottingham Forest will be facing Wolves.
Nottingham Forest win here. My boys Nottingham Forest, another team that's very exciting to watch. Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, Morgan Gibbs-White. Chris Wood has an insane... Actually, the fact that he didn't score was a shock. But his goal to minute ratio is
Crazy.
Is really, really high. Yeah. He just gets on the field and he does things. Aoni, I think, is fit again. Nico Williams has looked a bit... he's just there. Their midfield could still become... I feel like they still have levels to go to. But their attack is solid. So, yeah.
They are stacked.
They are stacked.
So, your prediction?
Forest win.
I think Wolves will win 2-1.
I'm seeing a Forest 4-2.
4-2.
If everything I've learned with Wolves, the goals
They'll
will be
concede.
there. Yeah.
Then match of the day at 7:30, the sun will be setting at London.
Yeah, the sun will just be,
Yeah, West Ham will be facing Man City.
West Ham, last year, had the chance to beat Man City at the last game of the season and give us our first title in 20 years. But they really disappointed. Yeah. They just cannot keep up with Man City. I know it's a different West Ham side. I know we have Lopetegui at the helm, but still, Man City will have a lot. But Man City have a tendency to lose games like this just during before international break, like at the beginning of the season.
Or even after.
They have a tendency to lose this, and West Ham is one of them. Crystal Palace is another. They have a tendency to just slip up. Brighton, yeah. So my heart wants West Ham to win or get a result, but my head says Man City is going to win this game.
I also think City will win just because they have better quality and because the squad hasn't clicked yet.
And not even that. Let me tell you the best part. You know who will come off the bench after 60 minutes?
For City.
Ilkay Gundogan.
Crazy. We can't compete.
They'll win.
Yeah, City are
They'll
winning
win this
3-1.
game. Yeah.
So, on Sunday, we have London Cowboys facing Crystal Palace.
Chelsea. I am seeing an Eze masterclass. But the masterclass will not be enough.
At the bridge.
Because Chelsea at the bridge, I think, will just be just a bit too much. One thing, it would be a bit too much for Crystal Palace. One thing about Palace right now, beginning of the season, they are yet to get like a result. Eze is getting into dangerous positions. He does everything for them. He is their core creator. He's everything to that team. But they've lost a lot, man. Like losing Anderson was huge. Then they might lose Gehi. That's huge. Doucouré, I think, just came back after a whole season off with I think he had an ACL injury. They just Mateta is still tired from Olympics. They might be signing Eddie Nketiah, but
he can't play because
he still don't play. Yeah.
So
Palace will have moments. They'll score goals, but Chelsea will just have too much.
I also think
the
Chelsea
great
will be
Nicolas
too much
Jackson.
For them. I'm going for Chelsea win 3-1.
I think Nicolas Jackson is getting on the score sheet.
They have
Cole
proved
Palmer,
they can
goal and
score a lot.
assist. And
Felix João-Ferreira.
oh my gosh, that team is stacked. You know one thing I realized about Chelsea? A quick one. Chelsea can actually afford to play a high line every game of the season.
Definitely.
If this team stays like this, you just change everyone.
Yeah.
No one is getting tired. So anyway, Chelsea win.
Yeah, 3-1 for me. Then the second game of Sunday, Newcastle will be facing Spurs.
This is going to be a good one. Every time Tottenham travel to Newcastle, bad things happen.
They get a whooping.
Yeah, bad things happen. Last year was how many?
3, I think.
It was 3, but then there was like 2 goals quick fire.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the one that was the crazy one.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
It was 6.
Hey, yeah. So every time Tottenham go there, they need to banish demons. They really need to banish demons. But with that being said, I think the most they can get out of this game is a draw.
Yeah.
The most they can get out of this game is a draw.
I'm actually going for a Newcastle win, 2-1.
I would love that as an Arsenal fan. And Isak just coming off that side a bit, just doing great things. Yeah. So I think that makes sense.
Then game of the weekend, just before international break, just in time to revenge,
Yeah.
just in time to welcome Arne Slot to English
Arne Slot.
Premier League.
You're welcome. It's now.
Under the lights.
Under the lights.
The sun will be setting.
The theater.
The theatre of dreams.
Yes.
The cathedral of football.
Uh-huh.
United will be facing Liverpool.
Liverpool is winning this game 6-0.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you, this game, I had a dream. I was just like, what if United game say, and then you end up beating them like 6-0. Can you imagine after saying how Arne Slot and season vizuri, he has the team is gelling, like how funny would that be? How funny would it be if you guys just won by like 6-0?
Then to a reality check.
Yeah. Liverpool are yet to face a proper opponent. They're yet to be tested like, which is not their fault. You play what the schedule gives you. And so far, they've looked good. They haven't lost a single game under Arne Slot, I don't think.
They haven't.
No, they lost one in preseason. But it's the one where... No, they haven't.
They haven't.
Actually, I don't know. You guys can let us know in the comment section. But I think United guys, there are 2 games you wake up for. Arsenal and Liverpool. The 2 games that you always wake up for, and it is at the theatre of dreams. In as much as you lost that Brighton game, there were so many positives. Amad Diallo. Like, I think guys are not talking enough about him. And I have to give a shout out to Makumi, because Makumi ndiye amekuwa akisukuma hiyo agenda sana. Maybe ndio alikuwa za timu yake Sunderland. But I don't know. Something is telling me that for some reason, Bruno is going to have a game of his life.
Definitely.
Okay, not of his life, but a game of this season. Let me say
far.
that. Amad Diallo maybe for his life. Kobe Maino in your team yenye anapenda kufunga against. I just feel like there's a way Liverpool can be gotten at, which United is good at. You guys are good at those counters.
We thank God.
Liverpool wako tu na shida ya their games are becoming too much transitional. There's too much transition in their games, right? It's like we're attacking, you're attacking. High line, then we're trying to build from the back and we're trying to beat your high press. So like games are always gonna transition mob.
So your prediction?
I'm going for United win. I'm going for United 2-1 win.
I actually think, based on the performance last week where we lost, Ten Hag has a point to prove. Then the squad also, since this is a derby, we will come much stronger. Then since we have improved our press, na hawa wase wanatry to play from the back, na hawajakuwa used to that, we might hurt them. So I'm going to make a bold prediction that we are going to beat Liverpool 3-1.
3-1! You had it here first.
Wengi watafunja radio zao.
You guys will not
Wengine
believe.
watafunja
I'm
television.
telling you.
They will not believe.
But
They will not believe.
with that being said, where are we watching the game?
The game will be live at Junction Mall.
Tutakuwa pale Junction, kutakuwa na F1. F1 inaanza saa 10, game inaanza 6:30.
Yeah, so like don't miss out. Kuja to come we cook live. Come we cook those guys.
We will even be live. If you want to be live, you can come, you'll appear live.
Like we have to be there. You can't miss this one out.
Ukihata uko you're alone.
Kosa uchekwe.
The last time Liverpool versus United at Gravel Trap, how much did it end?
I can't remember.
On that note, football focus. This is actually our first episode technically, because we shot last week, but we didn't call it Football Focus.
Yeah.
So this is our episode 2 or episode 1.
Before we finish,
Yeah.
Liverpool United, quick combined 11.
Umenikuta off guard, guy. Aya, sawa. Goalkeeper.
Alisson.
I can't even go with the risk taker. Sasa tumeenda Alisson.
Yeah. Right back Trent.
Right back Trent, guy.
Right
This is
centre
a
back
setting.
Van Dijk.
Left centre back ama right?
Right. Like
Ndio.
we have
Ndio
to
tu
put
Kenan left.
Lisandro. Hakuna otherwise.
See, but Van Dijk is their
Hakuna
left centre
otherwise.
back. See,
He can play. He can play
Jakey,
anywhere.
Van Dijk is their left centre back.
So if we put Van Dijk there, then Lisandro has to play. Either way.
See Lenioro?
Lenny Yoro injured. So Lisandro has to be there.
Okay, sawa.
Or we can just go for the Dutch combination. Delete and Van Dijk. That can make sense.
Honestly, Delete is your best centre back.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're putting nani
So
there.
Delete-
So umesema Halima yuko.
Halima Chesio.
Sawa.
So
We'll
delete
take
and
Delete and
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Then left back, I'd have Dalot, but I know you'll have
Robo.
Robo.
The greatest left back in the league.
But this
After
season-
Kukurea.
Kukurea.
After Kukurea.
Who eats paella? Kuku wewe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so left back Robertson. Then in midfield, I think
Wait, which formation are we going with?
4-3-3.
4-3-3, sawa.
Yeah, so in midfield, I think we'll have Bruno Fernandes has to be there.
Uh-huh.
McAllister has to be there.
Uh-huh.
And number 6, the guy from Brazil.
Which one?
Casemiro.
Z.
Liverpool.
I'm not having that.
Liverpool on a CDM.
No,
You
yeah,
either-
you can take this. You can take the CDM, but if you take the CDM, there's no way,
You can't leave out Bruno.
guy. No,
So if you have
Listen.
McAllister playing,
listen.
then you have to have
I would
Mino.
rather have Gravenberch than Casemiro.
Really? Casemiro
No,
was-
but this season, okay, to be
amekuwa
fair,
rejuvenated.
Casemiro
Amekuwa-
was your man of the match
Yeah.
in the Community Shield. He is top 5. That expected assist I was telling you about. He's top 5
Yeah.
in terms of creating chances. He's creating a lot of chances. He's just how did he play against Brighton?
It was good.
He was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool don't have a
Hapo ni
6. My
no-brainer.
God, that is actually by default.
Then the front 3. Scare him.
Ni Liverpool. Ni Liverpool mzima.
Sikia hii,
Bro,
sikia
hakuna
hii.
tunaniambia.
Sikia
Ngoja,
hii, sikia hii
ngoja.
nukusurprise. Sikia,
Tumesema
hata
mid,
nukusurprise.
Casemiro. Ngoja, tumalize. Casemiro mid.
Bruno
Bruno.
na McAllister.
Kai.
Ama you want to have Szoboszlai.
Mimi ni msoso Bozlai.
Okay,
But
sawa.
McAllister ufunga mabao. Acha tuweke tu ndani.
That's a balance.
Acha tuweke McAllister. Because Bruno hatuwezi mchuja.
Yeah. The best.
Ehe.
Attack.
Attack hakuna mtu- hakuna mtu anadie.
Sikia hii. Right wing, Salah.
Ehe.
Then, fourth 9, Joshua Zirkzee. Then left wing, Diogo Jota.
Z. The front 3 yote ni Liverpool.
It can't be.
Luis Diaz,
It can't
Diogo Jota,
It can't
Mo
be.
Salah.
It can't be.
It is.
Salah,
It has to be.
Zirkzee, Jota.
How would you even put Zirkzee who doesn't even start?
Ni
He doesn't even start for your team.
anakuwa integrated
You
kwa team.
guys play Mount before Zirkzee.
Well, yeah, you have a point.
And then you want to put Zirkzee there.
Hakuna vile tunaweza weka Ahmad right wing. Left wing, I mean.
Ndio tutoe Luis Diaz. Mi nimesema yangu, wewe umesema yako. Mi yangu front 3. I think tumekubaliana kwa kwingine. Huko front 3 ndio tujakubaliana. Diaz,
Jota, Salah.
Jota, Salah. Yako ni?
Salah, Zirkzee, Jota.
Aya. Guys, comment section. Mseme tu ukweli. What is the front 3? Because I think the rest of it tumekubaliana. Actually, just give us your whole 11.
Actually, badala ya Luis Diaz, nilikuwa ni have Garnacho, but I thought
Garnacho doesn't even start for you.
Garnacho is a beast.
It doesn't matter.
Yeye ni beast.
Anzi.
Yeye ni beast. You ni aoni. Like his umeona value yake sahi?
Ni sawa.
156M
Hiyo value ni mabao.
at 19.
Ni mabao.
Okay, ako 20. Guy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I
guys.
agree with you. Garnacho is a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller.
But I'm not going to put him in front of Luis Diaz. I'm sorry, mate. I don't do if but so maybes. I only do absolutes.
Absolute.
If but so maybes.
Yeah, so guys, tell us what you think about your combined 11 in the comments, and make sure on Sunday tupatane hapo parking. Watu wa Man U tupatane parking kwanza huku nyuma.
In a Junction Mall, by the way.
Yeah, Junction Mall. Then we need to practice celebration ya Zaxi. There's actually a song. The song is called Boom Boom Brr.
Ati boom boom.
Brr. Like that's how he celebrates. Yena maino nasikianga hiyo wimbo.
Really?
Like they have the same playlist. So like it's like shooting. United fans, it's like shooting. Boom boom. So United fans, see you on Sunday at Junction Mall.
See you on Sunday, episode 1 or 2, whatever it is. We'll post it.
Peace out.
Peace.